Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Transformers Friday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Transformers The Movie Studio Series 86, number 15, Dinobot Sludge. Thank you for watching this video, or any of my other videos that you may have run across, which I hope is all of them. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just to help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. With all that said, let's get into it. Let's get things started with a look at the packaging. On the top, the Transformers, the movie. And that nice blue border. On the front, no window. Plastic-free packaging, except for tape and glue. But I will say, very nice artwork on there. Transformers the Movie, 86, number 15, Studio Series, Dinobot Sludge. And he's an Autobot. There, you can see all that now. 8 and up, Hasbro print, Transformers Generations. And on this side, 86, number 15, Studio Series, Leader Class. And nice artwork on this side. Again, nice artwork, and then authentic. On the bottom, upside down. Small print, fine print, legalese print, symbols I'm not going to learn, a barcode, recycled print. And that's on that side. And then you flip it back over. And includes figure accessory, removable backdrop, and instructions. And on the back, big screen inspired scale detail, and I added the and backdrop. The Transformers the Movie, Dinobot Sludge, Mockery of Justice. And nice product shots. Transforms in 31 steps. Backdrop included. Then, now let's take a closer look here. Dinobot Sludge breaks down the courtroom door and crashes the Quintesson trial. And there it is in some other language I don't read. Warning! Attention! Achtung! Don't stick things in any language pie hole that doesn't belong there. Also, don't give it to babies. More small, fine, and legalese print. Made in Vietnam print. That thing, Hasbro print. And I probably said made in China print here on the bottom, but it's not. It's made in Vietnam. So, there's that. And that, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And let's start things off with the instructions. And here we have pretty much what we've come to expect from the 86 line. Let's shed a little light on it. So 8615 Transformers, Dinobot Sludge, 8 and up. And here it is. That's what they look like. A little blurry in places, but for the most part, reasonably easy to follow. Next up is his weapon. I think it has nice details in it. Nice gold paint apps. So, it's pretty cool. And let's see. Is it Blast Effect compatible? And it is, by George. Now let's take a look at the figure himself. Nice face with silver and blue paint apps. Autobot insignia. Some gold paint apps down here. Silver here. Gold and blue. And an Autobot logo. And the way this guy comes out of the box, he does come in robot mode. But this whole neck assembly and front piece here are not attached. You have to actually attach those, and it just, you see that black piece there, it just kind of pops into this silver piece here. And so pretty easy. It wasn't hard to get it in there at all. So that's neat. Now I will say his knees are a little on the weak side. But since how he's going to be in Dino mode in my display, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, and there are things you can do to fix it, which I won't go into. I'm sure there's tons of other videos out there. And before we continue the look at the figure, here is the included backdrop, which I think is the same as Slug's, but it's the Quintesson Pit of Judgment. Get that out of the way. Now let's take a look at Sludge's articulation. He can look up if you try to make him look up, the piece that his neck is attached to comes up too, and I mean, I guess that can be okay. And the same for down. It really doesn't go down much though. No waggle, no chicken neck. Can do the full Exorcist. And I think this head is on a mushroom peg, but it's hard to tell because it's enclosed in it. This piece does not open, I don't think. It is a separate piece, but it does not seem to open. At the arms and the shoulder comes out to a 90-degree angle, and it will rotate a full 360 degrees. At the upper bicep there is a cut, and that will also give you another 360 degree rotation. So on a double hinge here at the elbow, which will give you that much of a bend, but it looks kind of odd there. And then at the wrist, a 360 degree rotation. I guess you could say it will hinge down some due to transformation, but it really doesn't, because the hand itself actually gets in the way. At the waist, there is a 360 degree rotation. However, these legs here do get in the way, so you do have to make allowance for that and adjust them, and then adjust them back, and all that good stuff. As far as the splits goes, he will give you the full splits. And he kicks forward. Dang it. He kicks forward that far. And he kicks back about that far before stuff starts getting in the way. Right here below the hip joint, there is a cut for another 360 degree rotation. At the knee, gives you about a 90 degree bend. And then, you know, it does this as part of transformation. I don't really count that as tilt for the foot, but he does have ankle rocker. So no ankle tilt, but he does have ankle rocker. And then as far as his weapon goes, it just plugs into his hand. You have to work it. It's a little tight, so you have to work it. So there it is, my friends. A look at the figure and his accessories in robot mode. It's time for my favorite part of a Transformers review, the robot mode comparisons. And here we have Sludge with the Power of the Prime's Deluxe Class Sludge. So as you can see, the colors are pretty much the same there. And next up, from the Studio Series 86 line, here we have Deluxe Class Gnaw. Leader Class Slag. And Leader Class Grimlock. And because I showed Slag and Grimlock, here we have Unmovable Wheelie. Well, he does have a little bit of movement. And Diarrhea Daniel, who at current doesn't want to stand up. So there's how they compare up. And then, of course, I have my Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee. And the Walmart exclusive Leader Class Netflix Earthrise Optimus Prime from War for Cybertron. And that, my friends, does it for robot mode comparisons. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the comedy portion of our show where I attempt to transform this Transformer. And let's start things off. Remove the weapon from his hand. And you take the hands and spin them so they're upside down. And then fold them down. You have to watch it. It's on a mushroom peg, I think, and sometimes they'll slide too far over to the side, like this one has seemed to do. And if it does that, just push it out. There we go. So, sometimes those mushroom pegs slide out. Just kind of lift these arms up out of the way for the time being. Let's see if I can remember how to transform this lower half. Untab the feet. They just cut. Tab in there and there. Fold it over. Then this section here, how does it open? There you go. It lifts up like that. And then the tail pieces, you just kind of flip those out a bit. And this assembly right here is on a hinge and it folds out. And now you can fold the legs up. And they have posts on holes on the inside. You just line those up. If you can. It does help when you can see what you're doing. You want to bend the legs just slightly at the knees. And right here, that whole assembly, might have missed a part, which isn't unusual. This does lift up like that, and the head goes right in there. And I like this on the inside. It looks kind of like ribs, so I thought that was cool. And while you've got this up, you want to spin it around. And adjust the legs or arms, whatever you want to call them at this point, as necessary. And of course, I've probably messed up something. Cause that don't look right. I think you may have to twist it at the waist. I'll go ahead and untab these. There's a hole right here and a tab right here, and that's on both sides. And the front legs, they just fold out, and I'm just kind of doing that to get them out of the way a little bit. let's fold that chest back down. If I can. Gotta make sure that waist is aligned properly. Alright, and on these, you know, the hinge here and hinge here and a hinge here. And it just kind of collapses in on itself. Unless it does that and falls off. In which case it just pops back on. Supposedly. There it goes. And again, just fold that in, and there will be slots and tabs along the top there. That will go into position, and then the head, just that whole neck assembly will come up in there. But I think I have to fix the legs first. So let's get back to working on that. The tail piece, just line it up and it tabs together. And on the inside of this piece, there's another piece that folds out. So you fold those out. And there's tabs and posts and holes to line it all up. And you can put the legs down. Still don't think that's lined up all the way properly. That's better. Then once you have that done, you can fold this piece down. And right here, these tabs, there's little posts on either side, and you kind of have to fiddle with it just a bit to get them in there. And they don't, that I remember looking at, they don't peg into anything in there. They just kind of go in there and hold into place. So and then that goes over that, and then it comes untabbed again. There we go. Now I think we can get that head into position, and it doesn't really snap or anything. It just kind of stick it in there. I know that sounds weird. I did miss a part. You have to spin the back legs around. So that the two toes are pointing forward, toes, claws, whatever you wish to call it. And it's still not completely lined up, but there it is. And for the final step, take his weapon and the handle right here. You want it pointing down when you put it in here, but there's two pegs right here, and they line up with these two slots right here. Kind of like how Grimlock's weapon stores on his back. And dang it, get back on there, you. And there I go bumping the camera again. Alright, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There is Dinobot Sludge, all transformed into Dino mode. Let's take a look at Sludge in his Dino mode. And for the most part, the paint apps and stuff are the same as what we discussed during robot mode. You know, he's got the blue eyes, he's got the gold, silver, gold paint apps, gold paint app, silver paint app back here on the tail, and you know, that's about it. Now, as far as his articulation goes, at the head, he can look down, he can look way up, and his mouth does open. And let's see, does his head go side to side? It does. There is right here where the gold ends. There's a cut right there, but it's really super tight, y'all. So, but it looks like it will go a full 360 degrees. The neck will tilt back that far, and it'll come loose when you try to tilt it down. But it tilts down that far. Then at the legs, there's a swivel right here, and it does 360 degrees, and the front leg will go up that far, and it'll go back that far. And there's nothing, oh wait, I take it back, there is some ankle tilt there. So tilt down that far, tilt up that far. No rocker. And as far as the back legs, you know, he can kick out to the side at 90 degrees. And it does have a full 360 degree rotation there. And then at the joint right here, another 360 degree rotation. And then this knee joint here, and you can play with that to get it to do what you want, but no tilt at the ankle, and no rocker at the ankle. So that's about it for his articulation. Now, as far as on the inside of his mouth, like the other Dinobots, he does have that post for blast effects, and the other two I use fire with, but I seem to remember, and according to the artwork, he has a longer blast type looking feature, so I'm going to use this different, more elongated blast effect on mine. And that, my friends, does it for a look at Sludge in his Dino mode. Now let's do alt mode comparisons. And to start things off, here he is with Deluxe Class Power of the Primes Sludge. And as you can see, there is a huge difference in these two figures, size wise, everything wise, really. Next up, from the Studio Series 86 line, we have Deluxe Class Gnaw. We have Leader Class Slag with Diarrhea Daniel on his back. And here we have Leader Class Grimlock. Of course, with Wheelie around his neck. And our Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee. And our Amazon exclusive Leader Class Earthrise Alternate Universe or Dead Optimus Prime. So, I mean, the Dinobots in the 86 line are just, they're huge, and they're supposed to be. And I think they scale up really, really nice with the rest of my Transformers that are in my current display, which is mostly stuff from War for Cybertron. War for Cybertron Legacy. All that. But that, my friends, does it for the alt mode comparisons. For final thoughts on the Hasbro Transformers Studio Series 86, number 15, Dinobot Sludge, I have to say, I think, I don't know, the dinosaur mode is okay. It's not quite there. I mean, I guess it's accurate to its source material. And of course, I never had the G1 Sludge. The only G1 Dinobots that my brother and I had. He had Grimlock and I had Snarl. So I don't really know how well this compares up with the G1 guy. Just from the movie, I don't know. I think the tail might sit up a little high or something. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but something just, it doesn't look quite right, if that makes sense. The robot mode is you know, I think it's pretty cool. Of course, being Dinobot, the dinosaur mode is usually cooler. And that's the way I will display them in my display. Because that's how I like them. So, I guess the bottom line on this guy, you know, I have to give him good marks overall. And like I said, it just may be me, but something just doesn't look quite right in the Dino mode. And again, I think it may be the tail. It's just sitting up, you know, just kind of straight out behind him rather, but you know, that could just be me misremembering. Well, that, my friends, does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.